How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today. We are back with our Vancouver Canucks Franchise Mode, and before we get started, make sure to toe drag right around that dislike button and snipe that like button. We're going for 20 likes to propel us to the Stanley Cup Finals, and make sure to light the lamp and hit that subscribe button, because our 2018 goal, boys, I'm going to set it up there for you, 5,000 subscribers. So if we can hit 5K by the end of 2018, that would be fantastic. I would be ecstatic, and I'd love to see the Rye Squad grow. So anyway, we have a trip to the Stanley Cup Finals on the line here, but our last test is the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, a team I know always is going to have stars, but the question is depth. I mean, we don't really have those stars, but we have a ton of depth, and I think adding Claude Giroux gave us a star to pair with Panarin and Ehlers there. And on the back end, we got some pretty good guys there. Joel Levy, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who will miss the first 3 games. Now, he's scheduled to come back on the 13th. I may personally, if something starts going awry, if we lose these first 2 games, I may play him hurt in game number 3, because he should be ready to play by then. He's just got a pulled groin, but I know, pulled groin, suck it up. But let's go ahead and check out what the Chicago Blackhawks lines are looking like here in the 2024 playoffs. I wonder if they still have depth, and it does look like they still have depth. So they have Brandon Saad, Alex DeBrincat, and Patrick Kane. So 2 snipers with a 2-way forward up top there. Saad probably, actually, they all get the same amount of assists. I was going to say Saad's probably getting more assists. And then Jonathan Toews has been relegated to a second-line forward role. So I don't know, maybe he's an 86. I don't know if he's dropping off. He's now no longer elite. I'm pretty sure he was listed as elite to start, but he could be dropping off. Let's see, how many... He could be somebody we go after in free agency as depth kind of thing, you know. Just another veteran who plays very well. Anyway, I'm not going to focus on free agency. He's partnered with Andrew Shaw on the left wing and the sniper Brett Connolly on the right wing. So that's an interesting second line. A little bit of grit, a little bit of defense, and a little bit of scoring. So then they got Hartman, Schmaltz, and Zykov. So power, two-way. Not bad, not tremendously great. But then they have William Karlsson, John Hayden, and Alex Chason. So that's pretty good depth, guys. Out of all the teams we've faced, I think this is the best team as far as depth is concerned. Now, I wonder if their defensive core is going to be, actually, no, that is a bad defense. I was about to say, like, I was about to say they drop off just a little bit, but no, that is a bad defensive core, guys. 86 Slavin, 83 Bouchard, 81 Franklin Barron, offensive defenseman. He's young, so he's still got a chance to grow. So they do have some youngins. I mean, Bouchard can still grow. Slavin, he's 30 already. Petrovic, Nemeth, and then Steven Santini here. So not a lot of great defenders on this team. They got decent depth on the forward core, but I think it might be Patrick Kane. Wow, they took pay cuts. I love it. They just took what they actually are worth instead of $10.5 million. Although I don't think Toews is worth $10.5 million. I do think Kane is, but I'm not getting into that debate right now. Anyway, on the back end, they have Corey Crawford, and Jonathan Quick has jumped ship from the LA Kings and gone to the Chicago Blackhawks, guys. But both of them are almost 40, and neither of them should be a starting goaltender on a Western Conference Finals team. Now, of course, they're still good. They're still Corey Crawford and Jonathan Quick, and they probably can make some tremendous saves. Like, Brodeur at the end of his career was not a hack, but he certainly wasn't Brodeur in his prime. But I can't believe Jonathan Quick left the Kings and went to the Blackhawks. I mean, this was a rivalry, like back in, I think it was like 2012, 2013, 2014, when these teams faced in the playoffs. You knew it was going to go to like Game 7, and you knew the Blackhawks were going to win. But yeah, I mean, this was such an intense rivalry, and now Jonathan Quick said, screw it, I'm going to Chicago just to finish my career. He is I don't know where he grew up. He could be from Chicago, just closing out his career in his hometown, getting, raising a family and everything. But as far as scratch players, they don't have anybody. What? Marco Lievo here is scratched medium elite prospect. They're just saying, screw you, kid. We don't want you playing. Santini is 1,000 times better than you. Santini, 77, 29-year-old defensive defenseman, top 6 potential, or top 6 locked. And Marco Lievo here is an elite prospect, but they're like, nah, you're going to sit the bench, ride the pine, kid. He must have said, something that pissed off Quenneville, so he's now riding the pine through the entire playoffs. But, alright, I'm not going to manage their team. I always manage everyone else's team. I always say what they should be doing, but I'm not going to worry about it. But if you guys don't remember, I will show you our lines right here. We are missing Oliver Ekman-Larsson to that groin injury. He will be out for the first 3 games until he's fully healed. But there we go, guys. Panarin, Giroux, Ehlers. So I think We don't have the stud. I mean, Giroux's close to Patty Kane, 89-90. But I definitely think we got more depth as far as talent is concerned. I mean, Pettersson. I mean, the lines are pretty much even as far as the forward core. But I think on the defensive end, Pysyk being a 78 is not helping us at all. Johns is in there for the injured Oliver Ekman-Larsson. But hopefully when OEL comes back, I mean, our defensive core looks a lot like theirs, except we got some, I mean, Hutton would be their #1 defender, I think. It's pretty much what they got. But we got Uolevi and D'Angelo up there on the top, with Chekhmov's there on the third pairing. He's listed as a top 4 defenseman, but I'm just trying to make Pysyk happier, so that if we desperately need him in the Stanley Cup, if we can make it that far, then we will have him. So he's getting some extra ice time there. We got Panarin, Giroux, Ehlers, Uolevi, D'Angelo there on the power play. And Pysyk is only playing the power play because OEL is out, but hopefully he likes that extra ice time and maybe gets himself a goal or two. So, without further ado, boys, the trip to the Stanley Cup Finals is on the line. Enough talking, enough pre-scouting. Let's go ahead, get right into the game here against Chicago in Vancouver. Come on, Van City. We're all counting on you. Let's get these fans up and roaring in game #1. Let's start early. And Kasha scores just 24 seconds into the game, and I said let's get him up early. First shot of the game goes in, beats Corey Crawford, and we are off to a 1-0 start. Let's just finish this first period strong. First period. And we finish it stronger than I would have hoped. Panarin and Klimchuk, 3-0 at the end of 1, boys. We are ready. These fans are rocking. Shots are about even, so, I mean, it's goaltending at this point, boys. If we have 13 shots to their 11 and we have 3 goals, they have none, it's down to goaltending. It's as simple as that. Demko versus Crawford. It's no match. Second period. But Brendan Saad, I mean, they're still going to score goals, guys. They're still a good team. So Brendan Saad does score. They have 20 shots to our 30. We do give them a power play and an extended power play at that, but we are able to kill it off. Mark Pysyk, even though he's pouting right now, Pysyk scores, boys, and hopefully that cheers him up. I'm talking about him pouting. He goes ahead and scores, and we restore that 3-goal lead. 5 minutes left in the third period. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and we're going to get out of game #1 with a solid 4-1 victory in which we put in 3 goals in that first period. So like I said, guys, I doubt we're going to keep Chicago off the board for much longer than we did. I mean, that first line has still got talent. I mean, Taze is still going to be a great player on that second line. I mean, he's not too tremendously better than Granlund, but I mean, if we realistically think about it, he is better than Granlund. But there we go. Multiple morale changes because of ice time. I wonder if that's Pysyk, Panarin because of individual performance. All right, I'm going to go check out Pysyk really quickly because I'm actually a little bit worried about him just because we're looking pretty good. Pysyk, did he gain morale? And he's gained morale because of ice time. So he is pretty happy with the ice time he is getting. So let's hope we can keep that up. But we got game #2 in Vancouver, boys. After a 4-1 win, the tickets are already sold out the second we scored all 3 goals in period #1 of game #1. So let's go, boys. Game #2, all these home ice fans, let's give them a show to remember. Let's make this a fun series. Stanley Cup trip on the line. Let's punch our ticket. Let's just demoralize the Chicago Blackhawks team. Let's go. First period. And there we go. Pavelski and Pettersson. So now it's the turn for the bottom 6 to step up. And it's a 2-0 lead. And Chicago musters 4 shots in that period. Lockdown defenseman. Pysyk shutting down the... I mean, it's not just Pysyk, but you guys know what I mean. Second period. All right, Granlund scores, but Hartman does get to Demko, and it is now 3-1. Less shots than last game, but same score going into the third period here. I hope we don't give Chicago a power play again. 5 minutes gone in the first period. They tied it up in shots. We hit the halfway point of the period here. We still have that 2-goal lead. 8 minutes left, boys. Looking good. 7 minutes, 6 minutes. Come on, Demko. I'm trusting on you. They're putting some shots on. Let's shut the door, boys. Defense, let's go. 1 minute, and that's it. We do take a 2-0 series lead on the Chicago Blackhawks, winning both games at home, taking advantage of our home ice. And shit, Marcus Granlund has been injured with a strained hamstring. And I do remember, I did leave up, so Granlund is able to play. Virtanen's there. He's upset because of recent individual performance, but you know, when you're not playing, you're not going to have good performance. Can he take faceoffs? Pavelski can take faceoffs. I forgot about that. Pavelski is a good faceoff taker, so we'll put Jake Virtanen there. Granlund is on the penalty kill, I believe, or Granlund's on the power play there. So Besser, someone in DeLeon. Let's give Pettersson some ice time there. Besser, Pettersson, DeLeon. I was gonna say the youngins, but they're all in their mid-20s, so this is our chance, boys, to win. This is our chance. This is where we need to go right now. So let's see. Because, I mean, Ehlers there. Yep, he's already there. DeLeon, Pettersson, DeLeon. I'm going to put DeLeon in there. There we go. Because it is the 4-man power play. And the penalty kill, we got Pettersson, Eakin, someone in Furlan. So we'll give good old Joe Pavelski there a little bit of penalty kill time. So there we go. And extras. 4-on-4, yes. Giroux, Panarin, someone Ehlers, DeLeon, Besser. So I guess we'll just put Pettersson there as well. And that's why I like having a deep center core. So there we go. And we need 3-on-3 as well. Giroux will move DeLeon up. So it's Giroux, Panarin, Juolevi, D'Angelo, Ehlers, DeLeon, someone Besser, Hutton. And that someone is probably going to be Pettersson. Just because he's pretty good. So there we go. And we're close to getting Oliver Ekman-Larsson back. One more game. We have to travel down to Chicago, down to the United States. And Oliver Ekman is fully healed and ready before I thought he was going to be ready. So let's go ahead and put him in the lineup here. I'm not going to hit best lines because I just did all that. So Oliver Ekman-Larsson, putting him in. And switch him with Hutton, and then switch Hutton with D'Angelo. There we go. Or D'Angelo with OEL. OEL's left. Juolevi's left. Doesn't matter. Now we go to special teams. We got Pysyk and Hutton. Pysyk, Hutton. Yeah, no, Pysyk. I'm sorry. I gotta take Pysyk off the power play, but that's all right. He is still getting massive ice time elsewhere. So Juolevi will go down to the second pairing there. Same thing with the 4-man power play. Who wants to talk? Giroux wants to talk. We'll stop for a second. Feeling pretty good about my performance over the last few games. Well, I'm glad you do. And I just ruined his morale because I don't know how to manage him. But, shh, we won't talk about that. All right, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, throw him in there. Juolevi down because I like to have my offensive defenseman there. Penalty kill. Jekimov's Pysyk, Juolevi, Hutton. Juolevi, Hutton. That's fine. 3-man penalty kill. That's fine. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is getting plenty of ice time. I know he's good defensively, but I want him mostly focusing on the offensive end. Same thing, putting D'Angelo, like those two offensive defensemen, do not want them really playing too much defensive ice time. But here we go, in Chicago, at the United Center. Let's go, first period. And we do get off to a strong start. And Joe Pavelski's 4th-line center does give us the 1-0 lead here. Not as good of a lead as we had at home, but it's still a lead after 1, and I will take it if we can win each period. We will obviously win the game. Second period. And Patrick Kane ties it up, but Elias Pettersson capitalizes on his extra ice time with the injury to Granlund. And it is a 2-1 game now. We're out shooting them by 9 shots, but that doesn't matter. And Klimchuk killing it on that 3rd line. The dude was in the AHL for most of the year. We get injuries. He comes up. He kills it. And then Brett Connolly scores on Thatcher Demko. Now Chicago is being backed a little bit by their home ice fans. And Ryan Hartman. And we got to hear Chelsea Dagger again. 5 minutes left. Come on, Demko. Shut the door. Offense, step up. Somebody put the puck in the net. We are going to overtime, and we blew the 3-1 lead in this game. But that's okay. We still have overtime to go ahead and win this one. We give them an early power play in overtime, but we get the power play in overtime. Can we capitalize with the return of OEL? It's a really, really long power play. We've been on a power play for the entire period, and finally, after being on the, oh my god, how many power plays, was that one power play? That can't be one power play. But Claude Giroux gets the overtime goal and puts us up 3-0 on the series. So Saad took a 4-minute penalty, Nemeth took a penalty, and Carlson took a penalty. So we got them chasing, we got them taking penalties, and it eventually paid off for us, boys. And now we are up 3-0 in the series in the Eastern Conference. It's 2-1 for the Tampa Bay Lightning over Philly. Jake Virtanen has game morale for being dressed. And I'm a little bit disappointed not to see Pysyk being happy. All right, let's do our scouting assignment. I completely forgot we even have to scout. And we were scouting the DEL. We'll scout defensemen for 1 week, just because there's not a lot of prospects there. Claude Giroux still carrying us, but I do think it's mostly on the shoulders of Thatcher Demko. Let's go, boys. Game number 4. Bring out those brooms, Vancouver. Let's go. The chance to punch our ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals for the 2nd time in this franchise mode. Let's go get it done, boys. Step up, play big, huge game, get paid. Let's go. First period. And wow, DeBrincat opens the scoring. Virtanen scores, but Saad answers Virtanen's goal. and it is 2-1 for Chicago. They do not want to be swept out of the playoffs in 4 games. I mean, come on. Who wants to be swept? Nobody? All right. Second period. But Claude Giroux will not let us go quietly. Ties the game up, and now we're headed into the third period, even with the advantage in shots to Chicago. We get an early 5-on-3 power play, 5-on-4, but we cannot convert. Then we give Chicago a power play, but they are unable to capitalize. Halfway through the period, shots are in favor of Chicago. They're pouring on the shots, but Artemi Panarin capitalizes on his shot. 5 minutes left, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and 4 seconds. All right, and Vancouver, you have punched your ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals for the second time in this franchise mode. And this team, I feel, is going to really make some noise against whoever they play. Claude Giroux played tremendous all the way through the Western Conference playoffs. And now we're in the Stanley Cup Finals, boys. Now, I'm just checking on the morale because I think that might have made Pisic's not quite where I want him to be. He's gaining morale, but yeah, he's just not he's not getting there for me. And then okay, so yeah, Jekimovs is still happy. Pysyk is going to take a little while to get him back to 100% happiness, but so far, I mean, 4-0 against the Blackhawks. I think that's pretty good, and the Lightning look like they're going to top the Philadelphia Flyers. And oh wow, it's okay. So this is it. This could be the day where we determine who we will be playing in the Stanley Cup Finals. Will it be the Lightning? There was no games today. All right, this is the day. Will it be the Lightning? And it's not. And the Philadelphia Flyers win 3-1 to push the series to 3-2. I don't know who the home team is, but that was huge. That forces game number 6. Will it be, can they do it? Marcus Granlund is fully healed. You know what? I'm going to hit continue. We're not going to play any games. I'm just going to wait and do that in between the 2 videos because you guys don't want to see that. You want to see who will we be facing, and it will be the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Stanley Cup Finals, boys. And man, this is going to be a good series because Tampa's always got a good team. I'm really worried about Stamkos and Kucherov and Hedman and Vasilevsky and that entire team. I don't even know if those guys are still there. They could have traded them for peanuts and have a brand new team. Who knows, boys? But all I know is we have a chance. That's all that matters. So you're telling me there's a chance. We're in the Stanley Cup Finals. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the finals.